this thing. It's kind of fun.
We don't have money for shopping.
There are things that can
We
happen,
will
but
make things work. Quiet. Democracy's not open yet.
Uh-huh.
are we live?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I got
live.
us.
Okay, can you hear all of us?
Let me
Testing
mute
1 2
this.
1 2.
Mm.
Where is this?
I got us.
Okay, can you hear all of
A
us?
little bit of-
Let me mute
Testing 1 2
this.
1 2.
Yeah, I can hear us all.
Cool.
Where is this?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Well, whoever's there and everyone, thank you very much for watching. We are the Wild Misfits. We're going to be playing Storm King's Thunder. I am Helix, your dungeon master. If we can go around and introduce your characters and who you are, we can jump into the recap right after.
My name is Justin. I play Louis Chuck Lafleur. He's a goblin cleric.
My name is Mitchell. I play Chad, P. Opt Color, and I am a half-orc barbarian that thinks he's a rogue.
My name's. Oh, go ahead.
Never mind,
Sorry.
you go. Okay. My name is Ia. I play Stevie, who's a gnome sorcerer.
My name's Jamie. I play Zevin, who is a changeling druid, conflicted and fighting with who he wants to be.
I am Jade Jilks. I play Lorelei Winters, who is a bard warlock and has a lot of issues that are currently being dabbled in.
Some family drama here and there. The last we left off, after having a very tense encounter in the Shadowtop Cathedral, the High Forest. I'm getting a echo from somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, the party made their way to Everlund, where taking part in some drinks, Chad and Chuck straight up disappeared from the table. They found themselves in the tower of a high wizard who works for the Harpers. He was aware of the party's interworkings and what they had been attempting to do, working on restoring the ordning that has been shattered between the giants. They were gifted a number of scrolls and a few other magical items, as well as a new companion in the form of a void black Tressum with a little bit of blue pearlescence under her wings, named Sable, joining joining Chad's other cat, Relix, who he has been worshipping as of late. The party made their way towards Silvery Moon, where we are picking back up here. Silvery Moon is a place of high learning, of commerce, of breathtaking temples and shrines. There's also the opportunity of a heist here in Silvery Moon, taking on the Magister family, stealing something from some items that a friend of theirs in Tribor had sent them or told them about. You guys arrive into this city, a city bisected by a very beautiful looking river. It is very clear that on the side that you're entering, it is the newer part of the city, and it is still currently being built up, expanding even, beyond the walls of the city itself. And the walls are fairly tall, not quite as magnificent as what you saw in Golden Fields, but still very clearly well manned. As you guys are walking into, you see a number of bridges that cross this the river, and on the center part of the city itself, there are two markets that are on opposite sides of the river. You see the side to the south, the side that you're currently on. It seems this is the newer side. A lot of buildings are kind of built around pre-existing wagons and caravans that have been turned into buildings that maybe the shop owners decided to stay. You also see in the distance a massive tower representing the University of Silvery Moon. further on the other side of the river, you also see a magnificent-looking palace, which is the home of the High Mage of Silvery Moon. Those of you who are aware of the inner workings of things, so basically everybody but Chad and Chuck, you are aware of that Silvery Moon is a meritocracy. So individuals who prove themselves worthy of leadership are elected by the people to lead, and that changes kind of whenever. There's no set term limit. The most famous leader was Illustrial Silvery Moon. However, or Illustrial Silver Moon, rather, though she has stepped down. It's probably been about 50 years. There was an individual that served in between, but currently the leader is Methramar. Methramar Erasum. I'm gonna post that. Methramar Erasum. And if anybody would like to give me a history check on this individual, just real quick to see how much you would know.
Absolutely, I would love to give a history check.
Yep.
Let me go ahead.
Evan.
Devin, I only got a 3.
Okay.
Nothing. He don't know nothing right now. He's daydreaming.
Oh, let's see. What do I get in history? That's a. Oh, that's a 11.
Okay.
That's an 11.
Nice.
That's a nat 20 for a 23 for me.
Hell yes.
Ooh, 9.
9. Okay. Everyone except for Lorelai, you know that this individual is one of Illustrial's many children. Illustrial was a elven woman. Rumors are that she was actually the daughter of Mistra herself, the goddess of magic. Illustrial had many lovers throughout the years, had many children with a few different people, but you know that Methramar is her son. Not the oldest, not the youngest. He's just one of the middle kids. But he has been serving as the High Mage of Silvery Moon for quite some time, about the last 10 years or so. He's pretty well liked. Yeah, you guys have the city to investigate if you want to check out the yeah.
What do I know? You said everyone but Lorelai knows this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I let me reverse that. Lorelai and no one else. I'm sorry.
Lorelai knows nothing.
Lorelai knows nothing. No, sorry. Lorelai, you would know that information. Just kind of hearing rumors and things like that. Working in the taverns. And also with the university being here, you probably would have had several visitors back home from there, discussing things with your parents and that kind of thing. So that name is not unfamiliar to you, and the meaning behind it is known for sure. But yeah, you guys can check out the marketplace. I know, Chuck, you were interested in checking out some of the temples.
Yeah.
Stevie and Chad, you said you wanted to head towards a market to do your normal advertising bit.
What? But who knows about this? We are very sneaky. We are very sneaky with our advertisement. But I believe we are heading to a market for
That was
other
the
reasons.
DM asking you, so I fucking hope he knows.
With that, hey Stevie, to the market. We got work to do.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
yeah.
Lorelai, are you just gonna head to the university first, or is there any place else you want to chat? I know we're gonna lose you first, so I want to make sure we.
Yeah, well, I know that we're returning here. We're planning to continue to Zamorvan Hall and then come back to Silvery Moon. So I think unless Seven has a plan or anything, I'd probably see if he and I want to go scope out the house that we're trying to heist, just to kind of get a better lay of the land and create a better plan, and then go to the university for some research.
Cool.
Yeah, Zevin really wants to find some books on foraging and potions and stuff like that.
Oh, awesome.
With his memories and stuff like that coming back, and him finding his, very, you can almost call it science or magical science or whichever. He wants to really dab into these memories and focus on them. So
Almost
Okay.
like
Then we'll likely do university first then.
okay.
yeah, he did also, if it's even possible, he did have some inclinations on trying to find a longbow to add to his kit.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay. That wouldn't be as difficult, since it's a mundane item. It wouldn't be as hard to find, or as expensive.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what the price is here in a little bit.
Okay,
Um,
no worries.
awesome. You guys kind of will split off. Chuck heading across the river towards the temple district. You can see it very clearly. It looks like there's 3 main buildings that are very clearly temples. You kind of head towards that direction. Stevie and Chad, are you heading towards the south or the north bank first? The north bank does look a little nicer and built up. It looks older as well.
I believe that in Chuck's mind, or Chad's mind, anything that looks fancier means more reputation to get on that boat. So
Yeah.
wherever the fancier looking places are, we are heading.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Lorelai and Zevin, yes.
Really quickly, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. First, I'm sending the awakened tree that Chad gave me with Chuck because he's alone. Second,
I
I
left them
did
outside
not.
of town with Harsh.
Did we leave them outside the town?
We were asked to not bring them in because they tear apart the cobblestone.
You are correct. I forgot about that, but I did not do that then. I will ask Sable very kindly with some food to go with Chuck.
Oh, okay.
We have this tendency to send the cleric away from everybody all the
I was
time.
gonna say if Stevie wants to give the bush as an afro to to Chuck, then he can wear that.
I feel like it would be the same size as him, no? Like, huge.
Definitely.
It would be. It would be just like this
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh my god, it's like Fortnite. He can hide in the bush.
Like, just go down.
I dig it.
Awesome.
Also, you should have said something sooner because Sable's already in the market with me.
All right, cancel then. I tried.
That's all right.
But
Leave
the
a goblin
second thing
alone
is,
in the middle of a city. What could possibly go wrong?
I will also.
I don't.
I was just going to mention that you guys have heard very good things about Silvery Moon. They are very open and welcoming peoples.
Oh, I meant more as supervision.
Oh, okay. I mean,
The baby's
I don't know what you think a bush is going to do. I understand Sable.
Or
I
my
don't know what you think a bush is going to do.
I didn't say bush.
That's
I wanted
true.
to send a tree because it was connected with me. Like-
Yeah. Cool. You guys, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. The second thing that I was concerned about was I don't remember the end of the last session because it was so long ago. What did I already get us a room, or has that not happened yet?
Nope, you guys
That hasn't happened.
had just gotten to Silvery Moon.
Okay.
I
And good
hadn't had
luck
time to
with
prep it,
the
so.
advertisement of my concert because
We got it.
we don't
Don't
know
you
where
worry.
we are.
Don't worry, we got it.
Okay.
Walking a little ways, Lorelai and Seven, you guys will see some signage that points you into the direction of the university. And you can see it is several structures that are all built in very different fashions and clearly have very different uses behind them. There's one that is listed as the Arkan's Invocatorium. It is a school of sorcery. You see Everdusk Hall, an elven temple, and lore house. Looks like a lot of like a really, really like the Fort Knox of libraries. Like it very much looks like there is a lot of information in here, and it's probably very well guarded. The House of the Harp, a bardic college. The Ladies' College, a school of wizardry and magical history. The Map House, which is very similar to the Everdusk Hall, but it seems to be just maps, cartography, all of that kind of thing. There is Outram's Music Conservatory. Looks like it is a music school. And there is also the Vault of the Sages, which seems to be just like your standard library. It just seems like it has a really fancy name. Is there a specific place you want to try to start?
For me, I'd probably want to go to the Vault of the Sages first.
All right.
I'll follow with her for now, and then yeah.
Okay. You walk in, and you immediately are almost punched in the face by the like fresh book smell that just overwhelms you. It is like whenever you just crack open a brand new book, it's like you can smell the ink and the papers of the parchment all over this place. And sitting at a desk in front of you all, you see a human woman who is currently like looking through some books, and she takes a note. She sets it off to the side and writes something down. Looks up through teeny little spectacles. She is an older woman, a little bit taller. Might have some elven in her, but like probably not direct parentage. She. Oh, good day, dears. I am Keeper Bruma. It is so good to meet you. How can I help you? Welcome to the Vault of the Sages.
Good day, Keeper Bruma. I'm Lorelei Winters, and we were hoping to just kind of peruse a little and gain some knowledge.
Of course. All of our books are sorted out in the standard Faerun way, so you feel free to browse to your heart's content. Is there anything specific that you are looking for?
I was particularly looking for some history on giants and the ordning.
Oh, yes, I believe we have some of that information. It seems to be quite a stir going on with some giants as of late, I've heard. Very happy to be here where it's safe.
Yes, it's quite lovely to be somewhere so secure.
Oh, are you just looking to do some reading in the library, or are you wanting to check out some books?
I'll probably just do some reading here. I would hate to take your books elsewhere from their homes. It seems just such a beautiful place here.
Oh, I like to think that they like it here too, but books are not meant to be hoarded. They are meant to share their knowledge. With the proper information, we can get you a library card, and you can check out the books and return them at a later date.
Well,
Go ahead, Seven.
I personally, I'm looking for potentially some books on like herbalism or potion making and stuff. I really want to master my craft.
Oh, a budding alchemist, are you? I see. Yes, we have plenty of articles and things of the like. Some of them have come from the School of Wizardry themselves. The Ladies' College has been a fantastic donor to our collection here. Agatha, can you please show this young man where he can find the alchemy books? Come with me, my dear. And she says to Lorelei as she, puts out a "We'll be right back" sign on her desk and hops off her little chair and starts. And you guys are both shown towards your respective areas. What are you looking for? Specific? What specific information on the ordning are you looking for, Lorelei?
I'm looking for the history of its beginning. Like, I want to know what the original goal was, like why this all came to be in the first place. Like, I'm mostly trying to gain insight on the how and why, less to do because like we know why it broke apart, we know like the history to this point. I want to know before that, like why was this so important to create in the first place that they were trying to avoid, so we can maybe use it to help in the future. Like I just want general insight into how we can use some of this information to help stop what's happening.
Absolutely. Okay. Go ahead and give me a history check. You have advantage on this because like this is your jam. And you also have the help of this little old lady.
I got a 19.
Wonderful. Yeah, she gives you several different tomes. One that she sets out seems to be more of a journal than an actual like article, not article, but like an actual like book. She says, "This one is not for lending. This is a privately donated thing. One of the members of the Arcan Invocatorum donated this. The quite clever little gnome man, P. Hinglesbottom, had quite a fascination for giants. A lot of other scholars dismiss him, but I find his readings to be quite insightful. Try giving these a look."
Appreciate it. Thank you for your kindness.
As you're reading through, a lot of the information, Lorelai. Oh, sorry. Were you? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, it's all good. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. As you're reading through, Lorelai, you find that the giant god. Give me 1 second. Didn't have that pulled up. I forget his name off the top of my head. I'm sorry. Anam, that's right. Anam, the Allfather. He gave birth to all of the other giants. So all of the first frost giant, the first storm giant, they all became deities themselves, and would constantly squabble amongst each other. And this was back in a time when the giant civilization, Astoria, was the main civilization here in Faerun. Mortal civilization hadn't really even gotten started yet. A lot of the races that you guys know, changelings themselves, hadn't even come into existence yet. This was ancient times, even before the dragon and giant war. The children of Anam would constantly fight with each other, and he saw this as a portent of it will eventually destroy this world that he has found, that he has grown to care for. And so he installed the ordning in order to keep his children in check. From that time until now, they have followed that ordning. And he hasn't really done anything. Like that's also like, and you come up with that little journal is where you get a lot of theories, a lot of speculation, with a lot of an assumption that Anam is not a good deity. He is true neutral. He actually doesn't, and he certainly does not care for the mortal races. That much is very clear. It is considered giant to do certain things, and enslaving smaller races is one of those things, and that is encouraged by most of the pantheon. But the ordning shattering, that is absolutely unprecedented. This has never happened in the history of ever. Something, I think Lorelai would put this together, like something big had to have caused this. Like their god is very unhappy with them if he has shattered this ordning.
So in a sense, would the ordning being shattered be something caused potentially by this god then?
No, we know that the shattering of the ordning was the king of giants currently. The information that we had previously gathered was that it was to do with giants failing against the dragons. Yep. But that might not be all that's happening.
It was the god.
It was the god?
Yeah. Yeah, he.
Oh, I thought it was just the king.
No,
Jesus Christ.
no
Okay.
giant has that capability. No giant
it.
has that ability. It is just that is something that he did himself. In a, I think it was Zephyros who told you guys that he was angry at them. What just as a refresher as well, because that was fucking forever ago with Zephyros. Zephyros lets you guys know that during the rise of the dragon cult, when the dragons rose up and attempted to resurrect Tiamat, that it was a group of adventurers, not unlike you guys, who stood and actually defeated Tiamat and drove her back into the abyss and saved the world. And Anam is very upset that it wasn't his people to do it, because they are dragons after all. It should be the giant's responsibility to handle that stuff. It's quite insulting for just a bunch of small folk to have taken that.
Isn't it incredible? The collateral damage caused from a simple, not even an actual power struggle, but a concept of a power struggle. Crazy.
Zevin, can you also give me a history check, please? And are you looking for recipes? Are you looking for...
I'm looking kind of like just for knowledge as well. Like, so, I rolled an 11,
Okay.
but it was so I was looking for, to broaden my knowledge on like knowing what to harvest. I was actually going to also ask potentially maybe there's a book on like monster parts or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just research knowledge, and the more he knows, the more he'll be able to identify when faced with a weird creature. Hey, that might be something I can harvest something from, right?
Okay. I will take that into account in the future when you're doing that. After some research that you have done, you've come across like a couple different plants. Zevin is fairly well traveled, but you haven't been everywhere in Faerun, right? So like there are certain places that you're unaware of, probably particularly up north in the mountains and stuff.
He most of his travels were south.
Yeah, exactly. So you would know that there are like several different types of lichens and mosses and algae that grow up there, and you're gonna have. I'm not gonna say you're gonna be great at it because 11 isn't super high, but you'll have a better chance of identifying which ones are which and not poisoning your friends when you're making some potions. A little bit above the game for a second. Did you take a look at that PDF that I sent you with the?
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
It looked really cool. I was looking at that.
Cool.
There's a lot of cool different stuff. And also a question to you. So like I noticed that the like typically like healing potions is like herbalism and poisons is poison kit. So like you need a different kit for each attempt at like different types of potions and stuff, or elixirs and stuff.
Oh, the one kit will allow you to make like many different potions. It's more like it's the hardware itself that doesn't change. Like a Bunsen not a Bunsen burner, but like a hot plate or a mortar and pestle and stuff like that. Like that stuff isn't going to change. But you will need bottles and the ingredients to make them.
Okay, perfect. I noticed, because I noticed that like they had 3 separate kits for different things. So I was like, do they need all 3 of them? Like, does Evan have to carry around like a full laboratory with him?
Yeah, I mean, more or less, it wouldn't be that hard to carry some stuff over. I think an herbalism kit and a poisoner's kit are probably pretty close to the same thing. You just want to make sure that you keep those things separate. I don't think that a healer's kit is like required in order to make healing potions. I think you can accomplish that with an herbalism kit. So, which one do you currently have?
I think I have the alchemy kit. Alchemy kit.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I think we'll just say that covers our bases, just so it's not like we don't make it more complicated than it needs to be.
Okay, perfect.
the way I normally run this, that PDF that I sent you, is it'll be you let me know what you were harvesting, and then you roll for it, and then I'll let you know, like, oh yeah, you have enough of this one ingredient to make X number of potions. You'll need the other ingredients, but like you have X number of this thing, and sometimes you'll get more. And normally I just say like, you know, you can go ahead and add 3 rare ingredients to your inventory, or 1 rare ingredient and 2 common ingredients, or something like that. Just so
and
it
yeah,
doesn't
so
get
like
too...
when you were saying that before about like the common, like, so you said I was able to grab 2 like ingredients for 2 common potions, but like that's I'm taking pieces of it, right? I'm not taking like the whole potion's ingredients, right?
Correct. Just a piece of the ingredient. So like you would be working towards a specific potion and gathering those ingredients.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Cool.
Cool. And then as far as for monsters and things, you have a pretty good idea of like some harvestable things, but it's going to be very basic stuff. Grinding down bones, certain creatures, poisons, and that kind of thing. Unfortunately, nothing in depth at the moment. It's just a little too beyond where you're at in the.
Of course.
At the moment.
Yeah, because like if you notice, like remember we were in the little spin-off we were doing. Zevin really gets into like loving magic and monsters and all that different stuff. So it's something that he kind of grows into. Really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys, I'll say you guys probably spend a good like half hour, 45 minutes here. Just
Once Zevin went away to do his own research, I'd probably go look for a book on Ogma out of knowledge.
Ah, yes.
Because I'd want to get a bit more understanding of why I can hear thoughts now. And kind of what his goals are. Like, I know that he's a general kind of god of bards. Like, I did get a lot of information from the book that I read that gave me this power, but I don't know why or what's expected of me as a patron of his. Or sorry, as with him being my patron.
Yeah. That wouldn't be difficult to find at all. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. He is known as the Binder. He's the Lord of Knowledge. He gathers and collects and shares all kinds of knowledge throughout the plains. He is kind of the epitome of the pen is mightier than the sword in his what's the word I want to say, in his like dealings. There's very few examples of him actually taking up arms. He is almost always able to talk his way out of or negotiate the situation. Those that worship him, he doesn't really. He's not like a super big on veneration. He doesn't require that. He just experiences and gathering of knowledge, like the way that most people kind of view things, and especially individuals like yourself who have become, warlocks with him as a patron. It's very much believed that he is witnessing your experiences through your eyes, and that's the inherent value. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot required of those who are blessed by him. Like with one caveat, harming of innocence. That is that is a surefire way to get rid of your warlock powers. He is he may be a not necessarily neutral, but pretty close to neutral god. A lot of people consider him a good god, and a lot of people also consider him a neutral god. But he is very much against any harm towards innocence and the prevention of knowledge getting out. He
Okay.
loves knowledge to be shared. He's not a hoarder by any means.
Anything about the ability to mind read or how to control that?
Doesn't seem anything specific in regards
Okay.
to that.
Might have
No,
to
that-
go a little darker.
Well, if there's nothing on that, then she'll probably just kind of start going with the assumption that it's something to do with her lineage and less to do with where she got her other powers from, which is a whole other can of worms that I probably won't have time for in this library. Okay, yeah, so then I'll just continue on the giant stuff and kind of staying close to Zevin.
Okay. Yeah. About half hour, 45 minutes. Where would you guys like to go next?
I'd probably go towards the Bard College just to see if there's tips and tricks that I can kind of overhear or anything. Like I wouldn't try and study, but I'd do my general observation and see if there's little things I can pick up that would help improve myself.
Okay. Zevin, do you accompany her?
Yeah, Zevin has kind of learned his lesson on stepping away from everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, but he is gonna like maybe like on the way there, I'll poke at Lorelai and say, "Hey, we should maybe stop in a couple places to look." But yeah, other than that,
You guys kind of make your way across, very much a college quad where you see a bunch of younger students kind of gathered around. There's a class being taught outside currently. There's a little fountain. You see a couple individuals who look like they might be from one of the Bardic colleges practicing a duet between the two of them. Continuing walking, you see this like massive looking kind of square building with a like music note, what would be like a treble clef as the entrance of the door. As you walk in, immediately to the left is like a row of chairs, and you see just this little halfling gentleman, probably only like halflings age a little bit quicker, but he's probably only like in his mid-20s. He's sitting there with a pair of drumsticks, just like nervously just tapping on his knee. And you see this hallway that splits off into two directions. It looks like there's a ton of rooms down all of these hallways, look like either rehearsal rooms or classrooms or the like. And directly in front of you is a mural of not a mural, just a big wall of pictures, and you see very famous bards lining this hallway all along it. And doesn't look like anybody's there like to give any kind of direction. But the little halfling guy looks at you and just kind of gives a nod, just tapping on his knee with his drumsticks.
That's a pretty catchy beat you've got there.
Oh, thanks. Tryouts today.
Oh, well, good luck. What's it for? I'm sorry, I'm just passing through. I don't have much information.
Oh, I got called up to Maestro. Where's my notes? Maestro Soren. He's one of the top bands here at the college. Got trying out today.
That's magnificent. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And I'll give him a tap on the shoulder and I'll give him some bardic inspiration.
Aww. He kind of loosens up a little bit. Oh, thanks. You play too?
I do. Not so much drums. Like, I can't quite catch the beats of that. I'm more violin.
Oh,
and like...
Never could figure it out. Fat fingers. I get it from my dad. But are you here to try out too?
I'm just passing through. I don't think that I'll be able to stay for it, but it sounds like quite the honor. Like, you should be quite proud.
Oh, thanks. What's your name?
I'm Lorelai Winters.
I've heard that name. You've been going around heading this way from Tribor, right?
I have.
Huh.
On my adventuring party and we've been making our way through.
That's pretty cool. We had a guest speaker come by. They had gone through one of the places that you had. I think it was Yartar, and said you were very good. You should
That's
try it.
wonderful to hear. I mean, I just can't commit to it. And besides, like this is your opportunity. I would hate to seize that.
Oh, I mean, I'm a drummer. You'd be in the strings. It wouldn't. I probably wouldn't be this nice to you if you had drumsticks in your hands.
That makes perfect sense. I am curious to see how I do, but I wouldn't be able to stay. It seems unfair.
Maybe talk to him. I don't know. There's another halfling in there right now. He's got a interesting voice. He's also is playing a lyre, or a lute like you.
Oh.
Lorelai, you should relax a bit. Enjoy it. We've had a rough road.
Oh, we still have to. There's a few more stops we still have to make. I don't know that we'll have the time.
And I don't think you taking a few moments to enjoy a new experience is going to affect the chain of the world.
I suppose.
And let's be honest. If anything's going to happen, it's going to come from the other group.
That's precisely my concern. We've already been away too long.
Just listen for the explosions. It'll be okay.
All right, sure.
That's how I found you guys last time.
That's true. All right. Who must I speak with? I'm so sorry. I didn't quite catch your name.
Oh, Orm Littlefall.
Hello, Orm. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you too. My blue or not? No, you're not blue anymore, are you?
I think he's black. Are you still
black
black?
now, Zevin? Your colors are you're muted.
He's muted.
Yeah, I did. I haven't changed it since the black yet.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. And you, my dark mystery friend. Do you play?
No, I've never been very good at music. I've enjoyed it. It always makes for some incredible storytelling. And music, in my opinion, has very much shaped the world. But I'm more an observer.
I definitely agree with you there. Here at the music, nope, not the music conservatory, House of the Harp, this is a open invitation. Most of the maestros don't mind if anybody just sits in on the class. Sometimes people don't even graduate because they get tenure at a tavern or something. You know, taverns come in looking for bards all the time. Go ahead and...
I love that. I would love to watch.
Yeah. Well, if you're interested in seeing the maestro, Lorelai, you just head down that hallway and to the right. It'll be the second door on the left. My appointment isn't for another couple of hours. I just wanted to be early.
Did you need any food or something? If you're going to be here that long, you want to keep up your strength.
Oh, that's a good idea. I probably should get something to eat. I might head over to the cafe and grab something. Probably no coffee, though. I don't need to be any more shittery.
It was lovely to meet you, Orm. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, well, good luck on whatever you do. I hope to, maybe you'll catch a show. Are you playing in town?
We'll probably pick up a spot at a tavern. I'm just not sure where yet.
Oh, you have to go to the stag stand.
Stag stand, okay.
It is, that's where we all go after class. It's, a little boring in the afternoons, but, oh, buddy, once the class is let out in the evening, that place is... I've been known to tear up the dance floor a couple time or two. He you could tell he does a little jig with his feet still sitting.
Well, we'll stop by and we'll share a drink, either to congratulate or commiserate.
I like either of those options. That sounds good.
I'll see you later, Orm.
All right. you guys begin.
And then we'll go to the door he led us,
Okay.
told us to go.
As you guys are walking down the hallway, most of these rooms are fairly soundproofed, but there are a couple, things coming through as you're walking by one of the doors, and you hear a very lovely, like tenor melody, individual singing what sounds like a soliloquy, in a language I don't think that either of you understand. Nope. And 7. Nope. But it does sound very, I'd say it sounds very heavenly. Walking further down, you hear a small group of brass instruments playing together in a nice, like, jaunty, like, polka type tune. And then you eventually come to the door that you were instructed by, and you hear just the most heartbreaking violin solo that you have ever heard. You take a peek through the door, and you see a full classroom of individuals. Actually, Lorelai and Seven, can you both make perception checks for me?
Uh, 17.
Okay.
I have a 23.
23, okay. Looking around inside, you see probably about 15 individuals kind of seated around in a semicircle, kind of a band situation, and one person sitting in the middle just playing a very lovely violin. The violin itself is also, like, looks like it's pretty expensive, Lorelai. Seated at a desk, like, with his fingers steepled, and the desk is incredibly small, and the seat is incredibly small, and you see a little gnomish man with just massive big white bushy eyebrows, Albert Einstein white hair, and just the little teeniest of a pencil white mustache, just sitting there. You're not even sure if he's awake, but every now and again he just sways back and forth to the music and seems to be listening very intently to what this elven girl on the violin is playing. But what you both also notice is, seated at the front, a familiar-looking face. Another halfling gentleman with a little bowl-cut, kind of blonde hair that fades to blue on the edges. And he's sitting at the very front, just kicking his feet back and forth, just smiling, and just, this is a heartbreaking song, but he is beaming and just very much enjoying himself.
Honestly, I'm probably captivated and staying watching until it's done.
It is... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Zevin is going to give her a small nudge and kind of like,
The song ends on a very drawn out high note that she modulates the volume on at the very end, just to have it just fade out almost entirely. And there's the briefest moment of silence before the little gnomish man just jumps up. "Ah, bravo! Well done, my dear, well done. I can tell that you have been practicing very hard. Let's give it a yes." And everyone is standing up, and then he turns. "Oh, well, class, it looks like we have some more visitors. Please, come in. My name is Maestro Soren, Soren Fallsvan. It is very good to meet you."
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm kind of ignoring him and talking to the violinist who just played.
Mhm.
Like, that was beautiful.
"Oh, thank you. I'm, inspiration, hit me one night. We came from a small village, and it was beset upon by orcs, and my mother taught me everything that I knew, and this is my song to her."
That is stunning and heartbreaking in such a beautiful way. Thank you for sharing.
"Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked it." She kind of sheepishly, packs away her things and goes and takes a seat. The maestro will be like, yes, take a few minutes, my dears. I will discuss with our new visitors. How may I help you? Are you just here for a visit? Are you potential tavern owners looking to poach one of my students?
Sorry, I'm still kind of like transfixed by the other violinist. Apologies. We were sent this way by a lovely halfling named Orm. He said I might be able to perform for you for a tryout.
Performer. You play the viola, I see.
I do, although I don't know that I can encapsulate such beauty as your student there. That I'd like to give it a shot if you're open.
Oh, of course. I would be more than happy to have some new blood within the ensemble. It never hurts to let someone express themselves, especially through music. It is one of the purest forms of communication. Please, my dear, what is the name of the piece that you will be performing for us?
Oh, well, now we're at a pickle. Should I do something new and experimental, or would you like something familiar and much more experience playing?
This new thing is something that you wrote?
Yes, it is. It's not quite
please,
finished
please,
yet.
my dear. He like gets settled in his seat and takes his position again, steepling his fingers. It seems very, very eager. Lorelai, you also see Olo looking very eager as well, and he sees you. He gives you like a brief wave.
I'll wave back and give him a wink and just be like, "Yeah, all right. I'll perform the new one. Please take it with a grain of salt. It's not finished."
Oh, please, my dear. Some of the greatest works are still considered unfinished.
All right. Should I set a time to come perform for you, or?
Are you able to now?
Oh, following that, I can, yeah, I can try for sure.
This is a school of music, my dear. My
Yep.
students are not unfamiliar with this.
All right. Okay. Sure. She'll start kind of getting ready in the center, and she'll kind of like nod to Orlo so he knows that this is what she's working on. And she'll wink at the other violinist and just be like, please be gentle. This is still a work in progress.
Please do your best. I expect nothing less.
Okay. And then I'll take a second to kind of center myself and just remember what I've been practicing over and over and let it flow through me and just perform. And I won't look at anyone. I'll just keep my eyes closed.
Okay. Can I get a performance check from you? Zevin, can you give me a perception check? Lorelai, whatever you roll, add 5 to it as you feel something kind of wash over you as you have your eyes closed, so you don't know what it is, but you imagine it's very similar to what your friends feel.
I got a 34.
Holy shit.
Holy.
I rolled a 19 plus 10 plus 5.
What was your
Wow.
perception,
Christmas.
Zevin?
I got 18.
18, okay. As, please don't mess with my dice, kitty. I need
Hold
those.
on, I'm gonna share the playlist so you guys can hear what it is.
Okay. Zevin, as Lorelai is just kind of taking that moment, closing her eyes, you just kind of scan the crowd for a second, and you watch as Olo, the little halfling gentleman, is like sitting there like this, but you watch him just move his... Don't mess with my dice, please. Stupid cat. You see him just like wave his fingers over his face, and he's actively trying to cover his mouth, but you see him whispering some words out loud, and then Lorelei begins to play. And it is
Sorry.
unlike anything that you have heard her play before. I said no, kitty. I'm sorry. My dice tray's right here, and she's just like. Anyway, it is unlike anything that you have heard before, Zevin.
For those here, I put it in our general chat. For those on Twitch, I put it in the chat as well if you want to listen to her song.
Beautiful.
It's 2 songs, but it continues.
Love it.
You've been hearing her practice this on the road for weeks now at this point, but you have never heard it in its fullest. And you're not sure whether it's the room that you're in, maybe the sound is just perfect, but she is in the zone and completely eyes closed in the moment. Lorelei, for you, it's almost an out-of-body experience. You are seated in the crowd watching yourself just crush this song. Absolutely nail it. And when you finish that final note, there's a very long pause. And then the little gnomish man, oh, that was beautiful. He blows off into a handkerchief that he keeps it. Oh, wonderful, my dear, wonderful. You wrote that yourself. That is most. Oh, I felt heartbreak. I felt connection. I felt love. You are truly a gifted musician, my dear. Truly gifted.
Thank you. I had some inspiration of my own. And
Tell me, what do you play? Do you travel? Are you a traveling bard, or are you looking for a position in the school? I'm certain that we can find a space for you somewhere.
that warms my heart beyond measure. I am an adventuring bard. I travel with a group, and we are on a bit of an important journey for now, but it means the world to know that I'd be accepted here.
There are many stories of traveling parties and their companion bards. I'm a firm believer that no adventuring party is complete without one. I would not want to stifle your adventurous spirit if it means that we may get more of this. That is phenomenal, my dear. Phenomenal. Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you. And she's like red. This is the most praise she's ever gotten. She's so excited.
Please, if you ever return back to Silvery Moon, please come and show us what you have learned. This is a very good work. I can see that you have spent a great deal of time working on it. What was your inspiration?
I was tasked by a friend to write a song to find their love, and that inspired just the progress of the song itself was that feeling of loneliness and wanting love but not being able to find it, and then the joy of finding it. It's as simple as that, but it's something that everyone can understand, and it just grew from there.
Well, I'm sure that your friend is quite happy with the results. I have no doubt that they will be able to find true love with this song. This is a fantastic piece. If you would not mind, I would very much like to have a copy of this. Will not, obviously, I will give you all the credit for it, but I would like to make a orchestral piece with accompanying parts, with the viola being the center stage, of course.
That would be an honor. I will. I'll have to ask them first, as I did promise it to them first.
Ah, of
But
course, of course.
I don't see the problem with it being shared and traveling to more ears. Perhaps it'll be a greater chance of finding their love. And I am saying this loud enough for him to hear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very good. Well, I I will be honest. I quite like that little motif that you did at bar 45 of the second verse. I may steal that for something else I have been working on. But
Thank you. That was a late night kind of experiment. I wasn't sure it would work, and then it did, and it was just thank you.
of course, my dear. Thank you very much. I'm very sad to see you go, but I am very excited to see what more you may produce in the future.
It's been an honor. Thank you, Maestro. It's
Of course.
such joy to meet you.
Of course. Well, I believe with that class, we will call dismiss for the day. I'm not sure that any of you wish to follow Miss Winters on your tryouts, and I have some auditions coming up. Make sure that you practice the Dance of the Dragon song that we are working on. We are playing that for the festival in a couple weeks. Woodwinds, you were a little pitchy. Work on that. And he just begins, the class gets up and begins shuffling out. Olo just kind of trots up to you. Wow, that was really good. That's just wonderful, Lorelai.
I hope it suits what you're looking for. It's
Do you have it written down already?
yeah. Here's all the notes that I've made. There's some it's clearly I've been working, like some of it's been kind of scratched out, some of it's been modified and stuff. Like these are the original notes that
Yeah.
I've been doing.
Okay. Well, would you mind maybe a little walk? Just some things to discuss?
For sure, for sure. I'm gonna shoot a quick message to the other violinist and say hopefully I'll see you at the stag stand later. I'd love to buy you a drink.
She will, kind of in the middle of like picking up her sheet music, and she stops and turns and looks, and she just gives you a nod. I have a couple songs in mind for us.
Okay. Then yes, I'll go with Orlo.
Okay. Seven, do you follow as you see this little halfling man talk to Lorelai? He's right, like he's with, like, I would imagine that Seven wouldn't go far from Lorelai, so, and he has no qualms about walking right up to Lorelai in front of you and saying this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll hover.
Oh, gonna be all of us. Okay. I was kind of hoping it would just be a bit of a private matter.
Lorelai, if you would prefer, I can give you guys some privacy.
I'm a little worried about Chuck and Chad, to be honest. Would you mind checking in?
Yes. Of course. And then also, seeing as you are the money holder, maybe I should bring some with us so I can go get some supplies while you're busy.
What supplies? We have very limited funds.
Anything that the guys might want. 'Cause I know Chuck wanted some stuff, right?
Nothing frivolous, please.
Sounds perfect. Not a coin will pass my fingers unless democracy says so.
Hard cut, we're all drinking.
Yeah. We have limited funds, and we need to make sure that we have enough for rations and supplies on our next portion of the journey. Please, nothing frivolous.
Sounds perfect.
All right, I'll hand over the coin purse, but only the group coins, not the ones that I've made.
Okay.
Oh, you fool!
Wow. We have our individual life.
Olo will say, here, follow me. And he'll just kind of like trot away and continue down the hallway away from the entrance, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Lorelai, he will take you into a room. It looks like it's a practice room. And he'll just hold out his hand. Are you coming?
Definitely. And I'll grab his hand.
As soon as you grab his hand, you are whisked away.
Hmm.
You come to in a very familiar looking parlor. A parlor that you woke up in a little while ago, a couple weeks ago now. But Olo is nowhere to be found. But you kind of know how this works now. You open up the door, finding yourself in that same hallway that kind of is modern for the times and constructed and opening up into a massive cavern. And you see in the cavern a very large blue dragon. Just standing, head upright, looking down.
I'll go towards his library and return the books that I had borrowed and read. And just be like, all right.
It seems that my faith in you was well placed, my dear. I am quite pleased.
That's fantastic. I was very moved by our discussions previously and wanted to make sure that it was something that spoke to you.
It very much was what I was looking for. I didn't know it at the time, however, but hearing that song, it did spark a new drive in me. I would very much like to retrieve your notes and conclude our business together.
Of course. I'll put the original notes here and I'll go, because he's still got a desk with paper and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll go and write out a cleaner version of everything, and so that he has it nice and pristine.
He is very appreciative of that. You will see as you are working on it, he is like currently moving things around in this like not gigantic pile of things and gold and his hoard, but he is like rooting around and he pulls something out. You see what looks like a lyre, Lorelai. This is one of the finest lyres that you have ever seen. The wood that you don't recognize, strings that are very clearly mithril. The engraving and filigree on this thing is expert in its design. He hands it to you. A gift for a job well done.
This is beautiful.
It does. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so generous. Are you sure? This is immaculate.
This does not come without a further request.
Of course.
This will conclude our business. You will never see me again. And I must ask that you never play the song again.
Oh.
No one may know of our involvement together.
Okay.
Can you make a insight check for me, Lorelai?
Oh, that hurts. Not good. Insight, it's a 10.
Cool. He's a dragon. Sorry.
Yep, valid. You don't want this to be shared, to find this love for you.
That is now my responsibility. He pauses for a moment. It is better this way.
I understand. That hurts. There's so much time spent on this. I understand. It is your song, after all.
You have been more pleasant to work with than the majority of mortals. So I will give you this warning. You are drawing attention. Attention that I cannot risk towards myself. This is not a decision that I make lightly, but for my own protection, I must ask this of you.
I understand. Though our meeting was strange, I consider you a good friend, and I would hate for something to happen to you because of my involvement.
You see his head, like, go back a little ways. Do not know if a mortal has ever said that to me. Know that this does not cause me any joy either, Miss Lorelei Winters. You are an incredible musician, and I have no doubt that the loss of this song will be but a minor stumbling block in your journey. I wish I could provide more aid. I don't really. But I do wish you luck.
Thank you. I did title it Luck of Lament. Oh, sorry, what was it? It was I forgot. I'll write it out. It was
Okay.
like there was a lot of L's. Initially it was Lorelei's Lament. But then now that it can't be, it would be something like
I mean, he could still keep the title.
can he?
I mean,
Even though it can't be associated with me?
He's probably not going to be performing this for a great deal of people. Like, this was meant
No,
for
fair, okay.
one thing and only one thing.
All right. Yeah, okay. Then yeah, it was titled Lorelei's Lament, but it's free to be changed for sure.
No, even though the greater world may not know of your great work, I will ensure that my mate does. Maybe one day we will see each other again when all of this giant business is over.
I look forward to it.
I wish you luck. He reaches up a great claw and just taps you on the head, and you're back in the room, the rehearsal room, holding. You can add the Klee Lyre to your inventory.
Klee Lyre.
It is a item on D&D Beyond. It is pretty nice. It is a instrument of the bards, so it automatically has a whole mess of spells, and then the Klee Lyre has specific spells into it. So, yeah. While that has been happening, Chad and Stevie, you guys made your way to the north bank. You see just rows upon rows of small little shops that are standalone buildings, not standalone buildings, but like almost like a strip mall of just row upon row of street. Each street is only probably about 50 to 100 feet long, so all the shops are pretty small. There are individuals going around selling different foods from carts and things like that. What are you guys doing while you're here? You looking for something specific? Or are you guys just doing your advertising?
It's right here.
Okay. Stevie, what do you want to do?
I think we should go with what you said. Secret show.
Ah, copy. All right. We're doing the secret show thing? All right,
Yep.
because we have no idea where Lorelai is playing, because we never discussed where we're staying and what we're doing. Okay, all right. Follow my lead.
Yeah.
Whoa! Did you guys hear that Lorelai Winters is playing a secret show somewhere in the city tonight?
She's in town? What do you mean? I thought she
Yeah.
only played in very exclusive places.
Very exclusive places? That's it's unheard of that she would be playing a secret show that if you find it, you're gonna have the best night ever.
Then I go up to someone and be like, where do you think somewhere like that would be?
You stop like one of the cart vendors, selling it looks like pretzels like on the like hung up.
Yeah.
He's pushing his cart along. Oh, at the stag stage or the stag stand. That's normally where a lot of the bards go. All the kids from the college usually take over the place at night. It's a little too raucous for my tastes. I'm not much of a dancer.
Oh, well, I know that Lorelai Winters plays music for everyone to enjoy, so I don't. If you hear she's having a secret show, you have to go.
Oh, who's Lorelai Winters?
Who's Lorelai Winters? Oh my goodness! Can you believe this? Not only is she a hero that's been helping across the land with helping cities with giant attacks and saving people, but she makes majestic, beautiful music. Maybe you've heard of her group, Chad and the Wild Misfits.
And I assume,
and then yeah.
prestidigitation.
Yeah.
And I assume you're being like super loud about all this.
100%.
Yeah. Give me. I'll allow Stevie to roll because I know she has higher persuasion, but Stevie can roll with advantage. Persuasion check. The pretzel vendor like. Hold on.
18.
Okay, 18. He's like, yeah, man. Why are you shouting at me? But like, okay, I guess I can check it out. I'll see if she's maybe playing at the stag stand. But I know that a lot of people around like the music. Sometimes they'll have concerts at the Outram's Music Conservatory, but that's usually a whole event thing. But the stag stand is where a lot of bards will go. Yeah, what's up, Lorelai?
I'm so sorry. I really have to go, but
Okay.
I just preemptively rolled in case I have to perform that here. I rolled a natural 20 for a total of 30.
I love
It's
it.
too perfect. So I had
I
to share. But
love it.
bye, guys. I love
See
you.
ya.
Bye. Have a safe drive.
Alright, let me get the cameras fixed. Oh, cool. I can just do that.
Nice. Discoveries.
The names are all messed up though. Oh well.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it for right now because
Stevie's now Chad.
Hey.
Stevie's now Chad. Chad.
We
now Chuck.
have not done. That's it. Freaky Friday. Hey.
Wait, can I? What if I did?
I've always wanted to be a
Oh, there we go.
barbarian.
That's a little better.
Yeah.
No names, but that's a little better. I'll keep it like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys going around spreading the news. It seems like
I'm gonna look and see if anybody's wrestling, like doing the log wrestling.
Okay. Probably not here, but if you ask, they do say that they have on the side of the town that you entered from down the river a little ways. They have like it's where a lumber mill is, and a lot of people will like do that those lumberjack games kind of thing. And it's more of just
I gotta hit all the places.
yeah, it's more of just a show than anything else. It's not like a actual competition or anything like that. It's just Are you better than our lumberjacks? Prove it. You know, that kind of a situation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say there's a performance thing where I have to be stronger than a lumberjack?
Mm-hmm.
Stevie, I have an idea.
Let's do it.
We head there immediately.
Okay.
As we're going though, we're saying, don't forget to check out the secret show. Apparently at the what is the place called?
Stag stand.
Stag
At the Stag Stand.
Yeah.
I hear it's going to be great.
Okay. You definitely have a lot of people interested. Like, but between like, it's very much like Chad getting up in their face, go to the Stag Stand, and Stevie like the famous bard, you know, like she's the one actually explaining the details.
It's crazy.
Why are you yelling? You make it towards the lumber mill, and it's called Ulf's lumber mill, and you see it is there is just a massive Goliath man. He has tribal kind of tattoos up on his face and his arms, and you watch as he's like currently just going to town on this massive log, splitting it right down the middle first with only 2 swings, just one in one end. He just walks to the other end, and the log just falls like almost perfectly in half. He sees you drooling. Yeah, he sees you drooling. Can I help you?
Yeah. I heard that you guys were pitting each other against each other on some log wrestling.
Your perspective, or are you a lumberjack already? Or are you just
No, I'm just a huge fan of the sport and your profession. And also, can I just hit a tree for a second with you?
not really one to work with someone else, but if you're looking for a race, a little bit of competition, I'd be willing
Go
to.
on.
Well, and he like gives you a look, and like very much gives you a once over. You certainly know how to swing an axe, I can tell you that. He reaches down and he grabs your wrist, Chad, and just takes a look at your hand. You know what hard work is like, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah, doesn't everybody?
Let's see what you can do. Those logs over there need splitting for firewood. See what you can get done in a half hour. Maybe I give you a job.
A job? I love money. So I will go over and I will swing on these.
Okay.
Swing on this wood.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check, please, Chad.
Okay. That's a 24.
24. Okay. Chad, he gave you a half an hour. After about 15 minutes, you had to go and ask him for some more wood. And then he just... Oh.
Do you have any more wood?
Yeah. I can actually use your help then. Right over this way. And over the course, you guys end up splitting some more wood. After a second, a very well-built elven man. He looks like a wood elf. Very like olive-colored skin. Very olive-shaped eyes. They're like amber-colored. They very much stand out. He wears his hair real short, and it's brown with just like a little like spiky bit on the front. And he all he wears is just like the top of a vest. And bare arms, bare chested, and this dude is fucking ripped. Like he is very well built, still considerably shorter than you, Chad, just because you know you're half orc, you're considerably taller. But he walks up. Hey, I forget what I said the guy's name was. Whatever. To the Goliath. Who's this? Might hire a new hand.
Hi, I'm Chad.
Hi, Chad.
And this is Stevie.
Oh. Good day, milady. He like kind of takes a pose and he flexes his pecs a little bit, Stevie.
Yeah.
Exactly. He holds it for a second and then Stevie he's like, anyway, he doesn't look that talented. I don't know. He split that wood in 15. I could have done it in 10 minutes. I bet you wouldn't last 5 seconds on a log.
Immediately, eyes bright. Chad goes, "Oh, a log, you say?"
Yeah. You ever done the log challenge?
I've dabbled. Real fan of it.
All right. We'll see let's see if you're so good at swinging an axe when you're soaking wet, bub. And he leads you towards the water, and there's a big water wheel currently turning, kind of powering the mechanics that are needed for this place. And he you see like a stack of logs that are set just outside of the like just at the edge of the water. He walks over and just with one hand picks up the end of a log and just tosses it up over the barrier that it's in, and it splashes into the water. He takes a step out onto the log, and after a couple quick moments, he is able to stand on it. He's like, "All right, bud, come on, let's see how long you last."
Now we're gotta go in the water, you say?
I mean, you can't do this on the ground. What, are you scared of water?
I'm not the biggest fan of water.
I mean, it's not like you're gonna drown in just 6 inches of water. You're a big guy.
Oh, it's only 6 inches? All right. And I jump on the log.
He gets a look on his face, Chad, as you jump onto the log. He'll say, "Big guy, give us a count." All right. What are we doing? Do you want to do best out of 3? That works for me. How about you, big guy?
Works great.
All right. Ready? Go! I need you to give me a athletics or acrobatics check at first, Chad.
A dirty 20.
Ooh,
13
very
plus
good.
7.
Okay. So dirty 20. Okay. As soon as he says go, you're both sitting there, and he goes to move the log out from under you, and you had the exact same plan, so you were ready for it, but he wasn't ready for your counter, and he lands and just immediately falls back, splashing into the water. All right. He hops back up, and Stevie, you certainly notice that when he gets back up on the log, he kind of pushes it out a little bit farther into the water.
So I, at the ready, I'll have Gust to go against him.
Okay. Are you trying to cast it without being seen?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check, and then we'll see.
And then it's a con. Yeah, it's a con save and a strength.
Okay.
Strength save. Okay. Cool. 21.
Holy shit. Okay. So instead of having him do another save, Stevie, I'm going to have him roll this check against Chad with disadvantage instead, if that's all right.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
So, Chad, another athletics or acrobatics check, please, as you guys begin.
19.
Damn. Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
As it begins, there's a and you see as Stevie you don't see, but all of a sudden a bit of wind hits him, and he's like, oh, and he's like just barely on the edges. Chad, not quite falling over yet. He rolled exactly the same as you did. Go ahead and give me another athletics or acrobatics, please.
And I love this game. Oh, damn, son. I just got 26.
Holy
Nice.
shit. He's like quickly backpedaling, trying to keep it, and you're just sitting there running forward as fast as you can. But then you find a little knot on the log, and you plant your foot down and cause it to stop, and you keep your balance, and he goes fucking flying forward, right into the water. He comes out sputting and sputtering again. God damn it! All right, you're good.
I reach down and help him back on the log.
He straddles the log and then starts kind of paddling towards the shore. The large Goliath man. Well, seems that you're pretty skilled at this. You looking for a
I
job?
dabbled. I mean, I more wanted to come down and see the impressive work that you guys did, and I was hoping that I can invite friends out for a drink later at the bar.
Oh, okay. I don't really.
I mean, if you need some help, I need some work tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely take the. I mean, if you want to take care of some, you and my friend over here want to take care of some of the minor work. I have some carving in the shed that I wanted to get done. But yeah, I'd be down for a drink after this.
Oh, cool. We're going to the stag stage, I believe it is, or
Yeah, the Stag Stand. Love that place.
yeah, stag stand.
Love
Yeah.
that place.
Well, the Lorelei Winters is playing tonight. I heard in a secret show.
Oh, I'm not sure who that is, but I'm always interested to hear new music. I'm welcome in the Stag Stand as long as I don't sing. I've been expressly told that I'm not allowed to sing in that in the premises there.
Oh, well, don't worry. Lorelei will play for all of us.
And then I just go and crush the work.
Yeah. You and this the elven gentleman who started out. I think I said his name was Levi, is what I called him. He started out kind of shitty towards you. He's definitely warmed up and like very friendly with you now, Chad. Stevie, he definitely keeps giving you like some side eyes and is putting on the moves, like, make it like whenever he sees that you're looking in their direction, he just makes sure to like pose so his muscles are looking a little bigger and that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, he's
Yeah,
that
every
guy.
time that happens, it's kind of like I don't like confused and like, and then probably holding. If he's busy, I'll be holding Sable and Relix. Be like, okay, we're gonna go here.
I'm gonna look at Levi and be like,
Are you
What?
staring down Stevie?
Not staring. I mean, she's really cute.
Yeah, I guess. Like, Stevie's awesome. I mean,
Do you think she's into me?
hold on. Hey, Steve!
What? No, don't. What? Don't just. You don't just yell that. Never mind.
Oh, you're right.
Never
No,
mind.
you're right. Hold
Never
on.
mind.
You know what? You're
My
right.
lady,
You're right.
never mind.
I walk over to Stevie and
Okay.
This
Hey,
dude.
Stevie,
Go ahead. No.
I think the guy thinks you're cute.
Ew. Just like no.
All right. How do you want me to play this off?
Let's just pretend it didn't happen.
Okay. And brick.
He is beat red when you get back, Chad. What'd you say?
I think she's taken.
Oh. Understandable. I can respect that.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go bust some wood.
Yeah. I feel a little foolish now. I had no idea.
Oh, Never feel foolish. You don't know if you don't ask. Am I right?
Yeah, I am no homewrecker.
That's right.
You guys will spend some time eventually. Yeah. Zevin, will probably end up finding them, like trying to look around and find your friends. We'll get back to you in a second, but you're gonna come in while they're doing that. But Chuck, you make your way while all of that is happening. You make your way over to the Temple District. You see three a very pristine and like white looking courtyard. White marble tiles with this very beautiful fountain on in the center, each with a depiction of different gods. The one to the left pictures Sylvanus, the Oak Father. You would know. Most people, nobody knows for certain because the gods are, all unknowable, but most people consider Shantae and other gods like Myliki and some of the other nature gods like his children. It's not entirely clear if that's true or not, but a lot of people will call them the children of Sylvanus. You also see in front of you a building where a ton of music is coming out of, and you can see that this is dedicated to the goddess of Seyun, the goddess of beauty and beauty in all forms. You also see some indications of Agma and Timora. On the right side, you see what looks like I'm gonna just say a Catholic church, very clear like a Catholic church. Only a single god seems to be represented here, a individual with full suit of armor with a large helmet and shield, ready to defend. This is Helm, the god of guards and paladins. Can you make a perception check for me?
Yes, I can. Back to D&D. I opened up one too many pages. Okay.
They're fine.
Oh, that's an 11.
An 11. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would allow you to make this with advantage, just because I feel like Chuck would be hyper aware in this place, just trying to take everything in. This is the most beautiful temple that you have ever seen, for sure.
Yeah, advantage is nice. What about double advantage?
Yeah, sorry. 11 it is. I tried. Chuck, as you're looking at this, you see a number of people kind of walking around. There are some people kind of seated around the fountains having some food. There are some other places like little glades, almost like koi ponds, over by the Temple of Sylvanus, with some people sitting around. As I assume you're going towards that Temple of Sylvanus?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You begin making your way, and as you're about to walk in, a woman in green robes steps in front of you, and she says, "Excuse me, where do you think that you are going, little one?"
I'm gonna go find some information about my god.
Your kind is not welcome here. Myliki does not tolerate God.
What do you mean?
Kind.
You Shantae likers? It's a Shantae thing, isn't it?
She looks at you. Does not surprise me that Shantae would let one like you within her ranks. And there is a moment where she's just kind of glaring at you, and you hear a very deep growl behind you, Chuck. And as you turn around, there is a jet black panther, a jaguar, almost the size of, much larger than what a normal panther would be. It at its shoulders, it's taller than you, and it just walks up beside you. and you see beside the panther a drow elf. Dark skin, white hair that drapes down almost to below, like to his middle back. You see 2 scimitars on his hip, and a longbow draped across his back. He very much gives the vibes of a ranger.
You don't happen to be friendly, do you?
He looks down at you and just kind of gives a pleasant nod, and he looks to the woman. It would be unfortunate if the High Mage learned that an honored cleric was unable to worship within his own temple, would it not? She just looks at him, gives him a fine, just turns and walks away. The drow watches her leave for a second and then turns and looks at you. I'm very sorry, my friend. Well met. My name is Dritzt. How may I help you? My name is Dritzt. It is good to meet you.
You pronounce the T?
Yes.
Oh. Hi, my name's Chuck.
Chuck. I have never met a goblin cleric before. Please.
I've never met a friendly drow before.
Our people's reputations do have a way of getting ahead of us, do they not?
Yeah, I have some more... same.
Yes. Please, allow me to show you where the shrine of Shantae resides. If you do not mind, I will stay by your side for a moment to ensure that you are not. And he just kind of gives a glance again over his shoulder at the female acolyte who's just sitting there watching you. Make sure you are not further disturbed.
How do you have so much pull around here?
I am.
I've heard of a Driz before, I think.
Mhm.
He's gonna do a history check.
Yes, please do.
Yeah,
please do a history check.
Because, I don't know, there's a few ways of pronouncing that. Right. Oh, fantastic. Never heard of you.
I am not surprised. I have been away for quite some time, and it may have been even before you were born. But please.
That's fair.
I'm not unfamiliar with your kind. I have had a few goblin friends in my time, and you must forgive the acolyte. The teachings of Myliki have narrowed in recent times. It's unfortunate.
That's a crying shame.
And I would agree.
I think all creatures deserve a little bit of compassion every once in a while.
It is, we are not our kin. Each creature is their own individuals. I believe that every creature is capable of, is just as capable as great good as it is great evil, and it should be given the opportunity to express that.
Oh, I agree. You should hear my past.
I am more than happy to listen.
Let's just say I didn't start out as a cleric.
Please, tell me all about it. As he reaches down, he places a hand on the back of your the back of your back, and just kind of leads you along in a very friendly fashion. The panther kind of trotting along beside him.
Nope. Yeah. Well, it started off like any other, but I'm really kind of I don't really talk about it that much.
I see. The past
a part of me is still running from it.
I understand that more than you know. I too ran from my past, and it tried to kill me in more ways than one.
Yeah. I got a question. Ever heard of Grimble?
His eyes narrow a little bit. Yes, I am aware of the name. Controlled a great goblin horde for quite some time. I have never run into the individual, but I have run into their peoples several times in my travels. I am known as the Ranger in the North. I primarily spend my time up near Mithril Hall and Mirabar, the Ten Towns area.
Right.
But when I do make my way south, news of this horde's movements travel from time to time. As I said, I have been gone for quite a while. I am still catching up on the goings-ons. Was getting ready to leave, in fact, when I saw your encounter with the acolytes.
Well, I gotta tell you, Grimble, he didn't just take my life from me once, he did it twice. And the reason why I'm here is that I'm trying to find a way to get back a piece of my past. I'm trying to talk to Shantea to find my people.
He just gives an almost knowing smile. I have found that attempting to speak with the gods is often a frustrating endeavor.
I've been told it's like talking to a brick fucking wall, actually.
It feels that way at times. I have known those who do not seem to have this difficulty. But
Well,
I must say that I was not a fan of the results. He just kind of gets a little quiet as he continues walking you through, and this temple is almost more garden than it is temple. Like there is a very
wow.
Roman Roman pillars on the outside, but on the inside it is almost like an environment within itself. You see other koi ponds. You see geese and other beasts of burden freely living in this space. You see deer and horses alike grazing alongside each other. And you see a small little section where some crops have been cultivated, and a very short human female is currently using a little switch and just smacking it along the ground, trying to get some pigs away from the wheat that she's like, no, they're not. It's not for you. It's not ready yet. And Dritz will just say, yes, I just know that even the gods are fallible, much like we are. If you must rely on your own morality, not one prescribed for you. I apologize, I am placing my burdens upon you. I'm sure you have a much deeper connection with Shantae than I ever had with my Leaky.
No, that's perfectly fine. What was it? Driz?
Dritz, yes, Dritz Dwarven.
Dritz.
Very good to meet you. Your name?
My name is Louis Chuck Lafleur.
Ah, Louis Chuck Lafleur. It is very good to meet you, Mr. Lafleur.
It was very nice to meet you, Dritz.
I will take a seat. I have a few carvings that I would like to work on. I will ensure that no one bothers you.
I appreciate it.
If you wish to discuss further, I am leaving today, but I will be around for a little bit longer.
Oh, I have a feeling there's probably going to be a show later tonight. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's probably going to be in a very obvious spot.
Most
But the
likely
music,
the
the
stag.
music is going to be fantastic.
If it's music, then I would assume it would be the stag stand.
That sounds about right.
I was taught music back home, but it was not my passion. It was forced upon me. Minzo Bronson is not one for creative thinking. Not in the way that the surface is. It is much more beautiful up here.
I can tell you, Lorelei Winter's music, the stuff that she creates, and the stuff that she performs, is otherworldly. I think you'd really enjoy it.
I have been to other worlds. I would very much like to see this. I cannot say that I would stay for the whole show, but I will certainly stop in and see.
A beer.
Thank you very much, my friend. He goes and takes a seat just on the outskirts of where the shrine is, and just takes a seat next to a tree and pulls out a small little horse. And Chuck, you can tell that it is a unicorn, and he starts
Nope.
he starts almost not viciously, but very aggressively taking the horn off of the unicorn.
Oh. Okie dokie. You just kind of go, oh, okay, all right, we're gonna walk away from that.
Make a religion check real quick.
Oh.
Well, actually, no. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. The symbol of my leaky is a unicorn.
Right. That's fair. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
As you walk up, the small little human lady has put the holding the switch, but is now all putting her whole ass into moving this massive hog, and come on, Bert, you gotta
You want a hand?
Yes, please. Can I? This big dummy is gonna eat all of the food before it's ready, and I can feed him later. He's such a pig.
See, the thing is you got to get it right under the neck. And I'm assuming that's animal handling.
Yes, please, animal handling.
Fucking hell! These rolls are killing me. That's a 12.
Okay. It actually will probably get scared of you at first, and run away. She goes, "Well, I didn't want." Oh, I'm really sorry. He's not used to goblins.
I get it. It's a cleric thing.
Yes. How can I help? Hello. I'm Cerise. I'm Gardener Cerise.
Cerise, it's really nice to meet you.
Very good to meet you too. I can't say that I've ever met a goblin cleric before. This is wonderful.
Well, thanks. Most of the people here are actually pretty nice. This guy over here is really nice. Drizzle.
Dritz. Yes.
Dritz.
He's a long-time friend of Silvery Moon. Him and Lady Illustrial were very close back in the day.
Lady Illustrial.
I remember hearing about him as a child. I haven't seen him. He hasn't been back for a couple of decades now.
Oh, he sounds old.
Well, he is a drow elf. They can live
That's
for
fair.
quite a long time.
That's fair. All right. Okay. I'm looking for something very particular.
Oh, what?
I need a way to talk to Shantea.
Oh, well, do you know divinations?
No. What the hell's a divinations?
Oh, it's a specific ritual.
Is that like Divided Nations? Is are we Command and Conquer?
No, it is a way to communicate with the divine. Many clerics are able to. It's a specific ritual. I know the ritual. I'm unable to. I'm unfortunately just an acolyte. but I know how to set the ritual up, and I can walk you through it. I'm surprised
Ooh.
that where did you learn? Where did you come up from?
Golden Fields is where I learned
Oh,
most of everything I know.
you know the abbot and acolyte Zane. Is it Zane?
Z.
Z. Yeah,
Z.
acolyte Z.
I do. Actually, Z was the one that saved my ass
Oh,
and brought me to the church.
that's wonderful. That does not surprise me coming from them at all. The
That and
gold
those two fucking bears.
two bears.
Yeah, they were
Yes.
big. Well, I'm a goblin. Everything's big. But
I believe I
they
heard
were
something
big.
about some bears in Golden Fields. That is such a magical place. Many of us have gone there as part of our pilgrimages. It's incredible that that's where you were trained. I would have given my left arm to train there and study.
Really, I would have given my right to be here.
Oh, really? Well, it's not quite as magnificent as Golden Fields, but I do my best to keep it put together and honoring Shantae.
That's fair.
Well,
So,
you have
how do we do this?
well, it's fairly simple. You Shantae is all about the agriculture and the intermingling, the cooperative nature of civilization and nature being brought together. You simply must offer something to her. Make a offering as a planting of a seed, and as you do so, you release your prayers and your questions out there for her, and hopefully you get an answer. I know.
I hate to do this to you. I don't have an offering.
Oh, my good friend, it's no problem at all. We keep plenty of seeds with us at all times.
I'll be sure to have more for next time, but I'm gonna have to take an IOU.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. There's some space in the back. I have here, and she reaches into her pocket. I have some apple seeds for you.
Fantastic.
There's a orchard just on the other side of the little shrine. If you head back there, you'll see them all planted in a row. You don't have to keep the same or just plant them relatively close, but not too close.
Okay, follow the leading lines. I gotcha.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you get the answers that you're looking for. I know that Our Lady and many of Sylvanus's children are often difficult to get a hold of. They
Fair enough.
answer in their own ways.
That's fair. I hear it's kind of like talking to a brick wall. Not the first time I've heard this. I'm starting to feel like I'm gonna get let down, but I'm gonna keep shooting for the stars, buddy.
Yeah, I always say high hopes and low expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
I plant something and I very much hope that it grows big and strong, but I expect that it will probably die.
That's fair.
If you need anything else, just come in.
You know, I hate to say it, but I do naturally just have green thumbs.
You do. That is true. That is true. That is very funny, actually.
You're welcome. You can use that anytime you have to talk to a goblin about agriculture.
That would
That joke comes up a lot.
That wouldn't be offensive to them?
Oh God, no! Just tell them you know a goblin. It always works.
Oh, okay. You're one of the first goblins I've ever spoken to.
Oh, okay. Maybe it may not come up very much for you.
I can't say that your kind is. I mean, you are a rarity, very much like our friend Dritzt over there. Don't see many of his kind either.
With what I'm trying to do, I'm hoping it's not so rare.
I think that would be would make Faerun a better place.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I'm gonna get started. Thanks.
Yeah. And she.
So he's gonna go up and.
No, Bert. We already said no. She goes back, starts trying to get the.
The next thing. Yeah.
All right. You head towards the little orchard. You can hear the wind blowing. Trees are all much taller than you are, Chad, or sorry, Chuck. I'm sorry. You see some of these apple trees have already started to bud. Just the teeniest little apples right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gonna make his way, and he is going to start the divination process. He's going to, dig a small hole and put the seed in and water it, and he is going to try and cast divination.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm oiling myself up with some elf dude.
You place the seed down and add some water and just kind of place your hands over top of it. You feel the wind blow around you. You can hear the leaves shaking. You get to ask a single question. Chuck, what is your question?
I have come a very long way. I have seen torture. I've seen murder. I've seen Grimble destroy my life several times, only to be picked up by you, Shantae. But I need to know, where are my people? Where did Grimble take my people?
As you're sitting there, Chuck, focusing on this little mound of dirt in front of you, keeping your eyes closed, almost trying to will a response to happen. And you feel the wind blow, changing direction. It seems to be heading southwards. You first get the smell of wheat, of corn, but also of flowers and other fruits as well, and it doesn't take you long to recognize this smell as the smell of golden fields. And then the wind changes again, blowing in an eastward direction this time, and now the smell is horrible, almost terrifying. It's the same smell that you smelled when the giants attacked Golden Fields. Specifically, the hill giants. The wind continues on for a ways. It feels very cold in that direction. Almost like a warning. It's not yet time. You just kind of shake your head a little bit, probably uncertain whether or not that was actually the sign or not. But you sit and wait for a little bit longer, but nothing else comes.
kind of takes a moment because it's been the first piece of information he's received.
Mhm.
He stands up and he goes back over to our friend who's dealing with the feisty animal.
Mhm.
And sometimes I'm starting to understand that it's not so much of a brick wall as maybe a brick wall with a window.
Oh, so you got something?
Bunch of smells.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, one of them was where I was from, and then the other one was where I'm going. But
Oh.
apparently not yet.
Oh,
So
well, Shantae
it's something.
has a plan, apparently, then, I guess. I doubt she would lead you astray.
And I should have asked, what's her fucking plan? God damn it.
I doubt that you would get any, like, specifics. I don't know. I'm still learning, so maybe, but...
Yeah. Well, it's more information than I've had in a very long time.
Okay. Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you received some kind of guidance, and thank you very much for your help planting a new tree. I will. I'll take a note of it, and once the tree's big enough, it gets a little plaque with your name on it.
I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. A simple honor. Oh, I forgot. And she walks over towards a little like a little side desk, kind of like a gardener's desk, and she opens up a drawer and she pulls out a tiny little bag and she shakes it, and it sounds like a bunch of beans on the end, or like beans or seeds or something on the inside.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different bags in here, but there's all kinds of different seeds, flowers, some acorns.
Wow.
A lot of different longer growing seeds. Nothing for agriculture, since I assume you're traveling a bit. You're not going to be able to take care of it if you just throw it out in the nowhere. But
more of a Chucky Appleseed sort of scenario.
Yeah, that's clever. I like that. Chuck Appleseed. That's funny.
I appreciate it very, very much.
Of course.
That's going to do wonders every time I need to get wayward directions from Shantea, the Breeze Whisperer, over here.
The gods all work in mysterious ways. But if you make it back to Golden Fields, let Z know that I said hello, and I hope I get to see you again sometime, Chuck. It was a pleasure.
And what was your name again?
I forgot.
But that makes two of us.
Now it's Clara.
Yep, it's Clara now. It was something.
Clara?
It's Clara now.
Clara the Cleric. Yep. Excellent. All right.
It was something simple, but I forgot what it was. I think I said
Clara
Celine,
the Cleric.
maybe? I
no,
don't remember.
It's Clara the Cleric. Absolutely.
Hey,
If only there was a
we're
way to
recording
record
this, though.
this.
I could go back and rewatch it, and I'll let you know what her name was.
No. It's Clara the Cleric now. She changed her name. It's the Will of Shantae. Yeah, all right. He's gonna make his way back to Dritz.
Mm-hmm.
And
you see, he's like finishing carving the top of the head, kind of smoothing it out a little bit. He inspects it, sees you, and he kind of tucks it away.
Not a fan, eh?
We have disagreements. I thought that our thoughts aligned, but her recent things that I have learned on her opinions on your kind specifically, I cannot abide by.
Well, if you're sticking up for us, I appreciate it. But
I have had several friends who were goblins. One of them saved my life very long ago.
Oh?
I refuse to accept that all of goblin kind are not to be welcomed or accepted.
It's my belief that goblins are a product of their environment.
I
And if you change that environment and the way that they live, you can change the goblin.
He just looks down at you, and Chuck, you can tell like this guy has seen it. Like this guy has been around. Like you're not exactly sure how old he is, but he's certainly probably middle-aged for an elf. And
Right, okay.
there is a wisdom behind his eyes, and he looks at you as an equal, as someone who shares the same wisdom that he shares. I have had very similar thoughts on my own people. May we both accomplish
That's
our
fair.
goals someday.
Well, Dritz, I wish you the best. Thank you very much for getting me in the door.
Of course, my friend.
And hey, I'll buy you a beer later.
Yes, please, let us go. I would be more than happy to meet the rest of your companions.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. He will follow with you, and he'll just look over. You see the panther is like curled up where she was laying down, and he'll just, Gwenhyver, please. Gwenhyver. She raises her, gives a big cat stretch, her massive claws reaching out and kind of digging at the ground a little bit. She does the arch, then shakes off and gets up and is trotting after him. He will say,
Now, I do warn you, we do have an orc in our party that's stupid for cats. Like, just stupid for cats. Like, insanely stupid for cats.
well, she will most likely need her rest then. Gwenhyver, away for now. You see as she nods, and a bunch of smoke wafts up around her, and she disappears.
That is bloody brilliant.
Oh, thank you. She was
Is that a ranger trick?
No. Gwenhyver is a very close friend. I have been lucky to call her my ally for a very long time. He reaches into his pouch and he pulls out a black onyx figurine that looks exactly like the cat.
Ooh.
She is actually not of this plane. She is an astral creature, but is able to come when I call her for short durations, but it does exhaust her from time to time.
So you really have been to other worlds?
Yes, I have. Not all for good means, but I've seen quite a bit of the different planes. I much prefer this one.
Yeah, but what's like the weirdest one you've been to?
Well, my friend, let me tell you about the plane of pandemonium. As you guys begin walking.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
he'll go off on a
We'll fade.
a
Yeah.
bit of a tangent. Just for the players and anybody watching, Dritz de Warden is a very famous D&D character who like has a whole book series written about him. He is cool as fuck. I love Dritz. So when you guys were heading to Silvery Moon, like this is his stomping ground. So I was like, yep, this is the perfect place for him. So
Yeah.
But yeah, the
Yeah, I was really shocked to see him come up behind me, to be honest.
It's so funny that you and I were just talking about Drow today. It's so, like
really?
Yeah, it's hilarious because I'm like, like, of course this count like because you said it first. You said something about Drow.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you serious?
Like seriously? Are we really on that page
funny.
right now?
It's so funny.
Oh,
I've had
it's
this
so
written.
good.
I've had this written for a week. Like,
Awesome. That's so good.
yeah, Zevin, you will, walking into the north banks where Stevie and Chad were, you're unable to find them, and you kind of ask around, and people are like, "Oh yeah, the really loud guy. Yeah, he went over to the lumber mill." And
Oh, that's me.
you eventually find Chad and this this elven individual just like currently working on this massive, like sawing this massive log, just chit chatting. You also see, excuse me, the bottom part of this building has like very wide doors, almost like stable doors. You see some machinery on the inside, probably to run the much larger saws. But you see a Goliath man who is like very intricately working on a small little wood piece as the other two are sawing the logs. You see Stevie there, just currently covered in cats as she's taking care of Rilix and Sable.
I'm gonna walk up. Well, I'm glad to see you guys managed to keep busy.
Yeah. We've been having the best time. Now, where were we? Now, like I was saying, if you cut at this angle, at this speed, it will go twice as fast, I've noticed. Now, if we want to, I think we can just hit it off at the end right now.
I think you're probably right. I mean, go ahead and give it a shot. I like to see if you got it. Whoa! He's just like, holy shit! Man, you really know your way around lumber.
I have been cutting down trees for a while. I also love trees. Trees are the best. Especially since all the trees here are majestic and huge.
Yeah, we do a pretty good job. There's a pretty strict threshold of how much we can take out of silvery wood, but you know, big guy over there has a pretty good system. So yeah, thanks for all your help though today. I'll talk to the big guy and can get you your pay for the day.
We good. Let's see what he's working on.
Oh yeah.
I go over and I'm like, oh, so what you got going on here, bro?
he says, "Oh, your pay's in the that drawer over there. Just working on a new piece for the Magister family."
So I'll go, okay, and I'll walk over to the drawer, take the pay. How much did I make?
5 gold pieces.
Ooh, 5 gold pieces. Ooh,
It's actually
not
probably
bad.
way too much, but yeah, that's okay.
And I'll immediately take 1 gold piece, put it in my pocket, and hand 4 gold pieces to Stevie and be like,
You probably can hold this on. Like, I'm going to lose this.
Sounds good. I just take it. Like, yeah.
no qualms.
Chad, looking at the art piece the piece that the guy is working on, it looks like it is either mounted on the front of the house or maybe like on the front of a gate, and it is kind of a diamond shape, kind of like the Superman symbol, except it is a bird of prey's claw that seems to be like down and reaching, and let's see. Underneath of it, I'm trying to see if I doubt you know the language. No. Hold on. Let me make sure it's in another language.
Because I know 5 languages.
You do. Oh, okay, it's not written in another. It's written in common. I thought it was written in another language. But written below that is the phrase "Nothing is beyond our grasp."
Ooh. Below the thing.
Below the claw, yeah. So it's like I guess it would be written above it because that would make more sense because of the way that it's shaped. So it would be written above it, but it says nothing is beyond our grasp.
That's really motivating.
Yeah, they're intense, the Magisters, but they pay well and needed a new mount for the front of their gate.
There's
So I have a question. Everyone was talking about the Silver Moon wood. Is there what's the special properties of it?
Oh, it is very fine to work with, and it takes to a stain very well. You have to use very minimal work to make it look beautiful, under the appropriate lighting. And he he grabs another piece, and this is like it would just look like a let's see, what would it be? Silvery moon. Oh, it would be like a moon, like a moonscape. This looks very much like something like a picture that you would hang up, but it's all intricately carved. And he shows you, and he moves it like side to side in the light, and you see as the moon just kind of gives like brief flashes every now and again when the light hits it just right.
Hmm.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes, it is
Interesting.
very, very well, or very sought after. We are very lucky to be so close to the wood.
Hmm. That's very neat.
I would like to look for a stick, like just about this long and this thick.
Okay.
I'd be like,
Can I have this dowel? Like, is it a scrap? Can I have this?
Let me see. Yes, that is the scrap pile. Please, don't need it for anything right now. If I need one, I'm sure there's a couple others in there. Yes, feel free to take that one.
beautiful, and I take it.
Okay. Yeah, it's about like an inch wide by like 3 foot long, we'll say.
Yeah,
Not
that's perfect.
Definitely not a quarterstaff. It doesn't look like it has been tempered or anything. So it's certainly not a weapon.
No, not a weapon at all.
Cool. What were you saying, Zevin? You were saying something to him?
Oh, I was just saying, the way it catches the light. Did you know that moonlight is known to be it has the ability to reveal those who would deceive you?
That is what they say. I can't say that I've ever had that experience myself, though there are plenty of magic wielders around that say things like this. It seems like a bunch of mumbo-jumbo to me.
Yeah. I can imagine that this potential symbol could be very much. Is it meant to be like on a gate or anything like that?
Oh, this particular piece, this is going to one of the other lesser families. I believe it is a graduation piece for one of their children. I'm not entirely sure which one of the colleges they are studying at.
Either way, it's well done work.
Oh, thank you very much. I take great pride in my work.
Well, I've had a hell of a day, and I want to go see the secret concert. You guys in?
Okay.
Me, Lorelai Winters.
And then as we're walking away, I'm going to have one of my. I'm going to be using the axe because I don't have daggers, and I'm going to be cutting each, like making circles, kind of making tinier pieces.
Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't be too hard. As you guys begin walking towards the inn, you will see Chuck, and then you will see Zevin. I think you are the one that would react to this probably the most, as you see a drow elf walking beside Zevin. And I will confirm that drow elves are certainly not a part of your organization. It is not
Actually,
that is not a connection that has been made.
Remember, actually, they were the enemies of one of the ones that we were connected to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because remember, either way, but I don't remember if you remember in the backstory. Technically, the village actually had quite a bit of a negative connotation towards the drow, trying to make that agreement happen.
Yep. Yeah. So this is. I'll allow you and Stevie to make history checks for me.
Okay.
Oh, I got a natural one.
Oh no.
History check.
That's pretty fitting.
Right?
5.
Okay. Yeah. You guys have,
Nobody knows who this guy is.
No idea who this guy could be. Absolutely.
Hey, I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
Can I throw one out?
Yeah. Go
All
ahead.
right.
Go ahead and roll.
Oh my
Like-
god.
I'm gonna use the new dice tower.
Please do.
That is 16.
16. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Hmm.
It would be the funniest if I just knew of this person, but I just...
I'm trying to think of like why you know this guy. Like you definitely don't know him,
No, I don't know him.
but I think just probably out of like process of elimination, like well, there's only one drow that I've ever heard of that
Yeah.
is up on the surface and not being immediately killed in the middle of the village or the city. This probably is Dritzt. Some famous adventurer that some people have talked about, but they definitely talk about him as a legend. Chad.
I'm gonna slap Seven and be like,
Hey, do you think this is that famous guy everyone talks about?
Famous drow.
I tell him everything I know.
You've definitely heard of him, but you had an issue recognizing, like as soon as he says that, Seven, you're like, oh yeah, that could be who this is.
What you say, Zevin is very distracted that Lorelai is with who she is.
Yeah, that's also very true.
Okay.
But they're walking up to you all.
I'm gonna be like, Chuck, who's your new friend?
This is Dritzt. He's been very, very kind. He helped me get through the door at to go see Shantae. I was met abruptly. It's a cleric thing. And
Oh, it's not because you're a goblin?
that may have been it.
Okay.
But he helped me get in the door, which was very nice.
Yeah.
And then I got to commune with Shantae.
That's
Zevin,
incredible.
you do notice that, as he has walked up to you guys, he is just kind of looking at you a little bit. More than everyone else.
He's,
Dritz, this is my band of wild misfits. This is Chad and Zevin and Lorelai and Stevie and no, I think that's it.
This is Relix and Sable.
Oh yes, Relix and Sable.
Relix be with
Chad
you.
was the one I was talking to you about earlier.
I was told that you are a fan of cats, but I see that you
I got something for you, buddy.
Tresson as well. Been a very long... He reaches up and gives them both scritches underneath the chin, and they immediately start purring and are very taken by this individual. And he's very gentle and he knows how to handle animals.
I like this guy.
Very long time since I have come across one of your kind, let alone two. Beautiful animals. You are clearly taking very good care of them.
Oh, I would give the world to these guys.
Sorry guys, I gotta go.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
And then there were three.
Then there were three.
Trying to fix the cameras
It is.
real quick.
Fixing cameras. I like how all of us have no fucking idea
I know.
the amount of stuff that this guy. I feel like Jade would be just losing her shit right now.
I kind of want to not tell her until he shows up for the performance, and
Yes.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
because I do feel like she would probably know who Dritzt is, but
I wonder if we should cut it just before the performance.
yeah, that's kind of my.
So
plan.
the next session,
Yes.
yeah, totally.
Sorry. There we go. Camera's fixed a little bit. Let's get rid of that one. Okay. And then I'll put myself over here. Cool. All right. Hopefully that's a little better. Dritz will say, my Chad, I was told that I know that you are a fan of cats. You allowed me to say hello to yours. I will allow you to say hello to mine. Gwenhyver, to me. And you watch as some smoke begins to apparate directly in front of him, and standing before this dark elf, sitting in a seated position very regally, is a massive black panther, who just kind of cocks her head a little bit as she finishes materializing.
All I can say is if you can imagine in an anime where somebody sees a bowl of noodles and their eye goes huge and all of a sudden they're like, oh! I'm immediately doing my full squat down sit and I'm like, you are pretty and gorgeous. And I pull out some fish that I normally have for Relix and Sable. I'm like, would you like some?
Her ears perk up and she begins eating, and it is not quite the same as Relix or Sable. Like they will like lean into your pets and like almost demand pets at times. Drist will say, "This is Gwenhyver. She is my loyal companion for quite some time." But she very much is like just tolerating you and, you know, eating the food and just like, this is okay.
That's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, she's beautiful. I'll give one quick pat and then I'll be like, thank you for introducing me to your majestic kitty.
Of course.
Zevin is, you know, for once out of ever, I think, is actually going to perk up almost a little excited. What a beautiful creature. And attempt to like go down, like lean down, like to eye level, like squat down, to kind of like meet him in the eyes, kind of thing. Because I assume that the High Forest would have panther-like animals before, right? So I don't think Zevin would be caught off guard by it, right?
No.
But you know, it's kind of like a reminiscence of home a little bit. And,
certainly the size is different. This panther probably has 50, 60, 70 pounds on anything you have back home. I did forget one little note. You are all like, you would all be aware that normally when they are above the ground, drow have red eyes. Dritz has lavender colored eyes.
Oh.
I love that.
But as you are you're squatted down next to Gwenhyver, she just kind of gives you a look, her very large green eyes just staring back at you. And Zevin, you see something different than you see in the normal animals that you have dealt with. Like most animals, like you see the base intelligence, the instincts. You actually see, like, you can see thought behind these eyes. This is not just a panther. This is a very intelligent creature.
You are magnificent, don't you? Your eyes demand respect.
You clearly know beasts of the world, I see.
It's one of my very few passions.
Mine as well. Nothing more pure than the heart of a beast.
Zevin's going to like stand up and like put out a hand. And also, it is an honor to meet you.
Oh, the honor is mine, my friend. I am just a man making my way through the world, attempting to do what I can to help. I was telling Chuck that I was about to leave when I saw him. I have learned of Lady Illustrial's disappearance. I wish to go and try to find her. Perhaps she can help with this mess that seems to be going on with the giants.
Interesting. I guess Lorelai's not here. Zevin's gonna be ballsy.
You guys are the talkers now. Yeah.
Oh man.
We have been knee deep in this issue ourselves.
Oh, we've seen our fair share of giants. I can tell you that.
If that, of course, is what it is.
Many of giants.
That's actually why we're here. We were hunting for information.
Oh. Information regarding this upheaval of the giants?
Yes, of course. We have ran into them on multiple occasions, and each time has been quite dire. The collateral damage across the land is unforgivable.
Yes. One of my a place I once called home, up north of Brimshander, was beset upon by ice giants. That is what brought me back from my journeys. If I would have been there, perhaps I could have helped. I
Yes.
will wrestle with that for quite some time.
But not all ice giants are bad, right?
I cannot say that I have ever met a friendly ice giant.
Oh, well.
Well, we got something for you.
He cocks his head. What do you mean?
We've traveled a lot and we've met a lot of people. And I've discovered in our travel, me personally, not everyone is bad. I mean, look at this guy right here. And I point to Chuck.
The cleric thing?
I too have traveled a great deal. I've made several goblin friends as well.
Oh, the goblin thing.
Please do not misunderstand. Just because I have not met a friendly ice giant, does not mean they do not exist. I can only speak in my experience.
I know personally there is one at least out there.
Oh, that is good to hear. Do you tell him his name?
Yeah, I'd be able to recall it off the top of my head, but I don't quite remember his name.
Harshnag.
Harshnag. Yeah, his name was Harshnag.
Ah, I am familiar with the name. He and his group operated before I made my way to the surface. I have never met the man, but I have heard wonderful things. It would be very interesting to fight side by side with him.
I can tell you, it's a pleasure.
Oh.
He showed up right in the nick of time.
Yeah. Well,
saved me from meeting Shantae, if you know what I mean.
There's going to be a moment. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
There's going to be a moment where I'm just going to. Oh, never mind. No, go ahead, Seven. It's stupid.
I was going to say, it seems that our interests might align. We could use a strong ally. Would you be interested in potentially working together, even just at an intellectual level?
If there is information that we could share, I would be more than happy to share it. I believe that our goals align, but it seems that this is your journey. I have a journey of my own to travel.
A giant told me I was the hero, so
I have had. I hope you do not take this the wrong way, but I had a group of friends, and unfortunately, elves live a great deal longer than most other races. There's nothing like fighting alongside your friends for what you all believe is right. But there is no greater heartache than watching them grow old until they can fight no longer.
Yeah. I can respect that. I can only imagine that being a very difficult thing to deal with. Well,
yes.
Either way, my hand stretches out. If you're ever in need of help, let us know.
Yes. if we ever find ourselves on the same battlefield, I will be more than... It would be an honor to fight alongside all of you. Well,
Hey guys, do you feel like we're making a lot of decisions without democracy?
Democracy has fallen.
well, come, my friends. My new friends. I believe that Chuck said something about a show that we will catch.
There's a performance tonight by Lorelai, I'm sure. And he's
Oh,
going to
did
look
you guys
around.
hear about the secret show? Lorelai.
See, I didn't even know there was going to be a show, and I knew there was going to be a fucking show.
Yeah.
He will say, very well, and you guys will begin making your way towards the stag stand.
Oh, he's here.
That is where we will call it for this session, so that way we can get everybody back together. So, everyone on Twitch and watching on YouTube and all that, thank you very much for watching. Once again, we stream every other Sunday. Hope to see you back here. So, bye.
Thank you, guys.
Love you.
Oop, nope, that's not the right button.